My granddad came here in 1909, and he came here because he had an aunt living here whose husband, Jim McLean, had a farm up Seabird Island on the west side of the sloughs. He also had a roadhouse in Huntington. My granddad went to work at the experimental farm as a teamster and lived in the house right at the end of the farm road they just took down a couple of years ago. It belonged to the farm, and my dad and my uncle were both born there when they lived there. And then what he did from there, like he sharecropped on property around here, and then ended up at Seabird Island when McLean and his aunt died, and she died in 1928. And McLean died he died in 1928. She died in 1932. He was born in 1834 in Nova Scotia. They're both buried up in the old cemetery. And then my granddad took the farm over, and then my dad, he had two sons, my dad and my uncle, and after they dredged Sumas Lake, my dad ended up buying the workboats and put them in Hicks Lake, that's above Seabird Island, and rented them out and had pack horses. He and a couple other guys went to Princeton and bought horses from the natives there that caught them, and then they'd bring them back down and break them and then make saddle horses out of them and pack horses. And then Dad got married to my mother in 1932. They lived out on Scott Road, it is now, in the old Bennyworth place. Whiskers McCrae had built the house. And then my brother was born there, and then Dad rented 20 acres from Herb Young up Seabird Island on Chaplin Road, and that's where my sister and I was born. And I was born in 36, my sister in 34. So consequently, that's how we became Seabird Island people. But it was right at the end of Chaplin Road, and then Bert Horwell's place, who was the local blacksmith, when he died, my dad bought it. It was just across the slough. It was 21 acres, and he paid $650 for it with a house on it. That's basically where we lived until I moved off the island. We grew up, I didn't know any kids in Agassiz. Seabird Island or Walleach was kind of its own place. You're kind of on your own there more. It was kind of, the native people were our friends. I didn't know there was a difference between native kids and white kids until I went to school, and the school bus used to pick us up, but they couldn't ride with, the native kids couldn't ride in our bus. So when I went to the school in Agassiz, I asked, like, where's all my friends? And I didn't really have a good time there because I was kind of you'd probably say a hillbilly to the town.